welcome you all. Many of you might be knowing that Mental Health Day is celebrated world over every year on the 10th of October. And it is aimed at raising awareness and spreading education about mental health issues across the globe. Mental health has become the focus in the pandemic times like never before, as people of all age groups and occupations have bared the brunt of the new normal. Health and other frontline workers, students, people living alone, and those with pre-existing mental health conditions have been particularly affected. And we all have seen that. And that is why people from different Rotary clubs of District 3030 came together and formed the first action group for mental health initiatives under the leadership of Dr. Rita Agrawal. We have Dr. Abha Pimprikar as a president and a host of directors from different clubs who come together for the cause of mental health. And today we have come together to have a panel discussion in which we have very diverse and interesting psychologists and psychiatrists who will come together for a panel discussion. So with this, a very warm welcome once again. And I request our president, Dr. Abha Pimprikar, to please welcome and introduce our District Governor-elect, Dr. Anand Jhunjhunwala, sir. He's a very dynamic Rotarian and has done wonderful work. He's an ophthalmologist and has done wonderful work in the field of Rotary. So Dr. Abha ma'am, please do the honors of introducing him formally.
Thank you, Pratiksha. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the program. We are celebrating our World Mental Health Day today. So I'm glad to introduce our chief guest for the day, Dr. Anand Jhunjhunwala. As Rotarian Pratiksha already said, he's the DGE and ophthalmologist by profession. He served as the president. Before that, I must tell you that he's a second generation Rotarian. He served as a president of Rotary Club of Khamgaon in 2010-2011. He held various executive posts in the club, in the district, and did quite a few memorable projects in his tenure. Dr. Anand is a major donor, a benefactor, and Paul Harris Society member of the Rotary Foundation. Additional contributions were extended through his family, as all 10 of the family members are PHF. He is ardent blood donor. DGE Dr. Anand believes empowering the fraternity will leave an indelible impact of service. Welcome, sir. Over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Abha, for the wonderful introduction. दोस्तों, मुझे पता है आप मुझे सुनने नहीं आए हैं. जिन्हें सुनने आए हैं, प्रीतम जी is already there and another speaker हेमंत जी is going to come and will join soon. मैं मेरी बात बहुत संक्षिप्त में रखूंगा. पैनल डिस्कशन वो भी मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज को लेके सचमुच जैसे कि प्रतीक्षा ने बताया बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. इस पेंडेमिक के सिचुएशन में बहुत नई चीजें उभर के आ रही है, उसे कैसे डील करना है ये हमको पैनलिस्ट द्वारा जानने मिलेगा दोस्तों. और दोस्तों सचमुच बहुत अच्छा लगता है जब रोट्रैक्टर्स और कॉलेज स्टूडेंट्स के बीच में हम आते हैं, क्योंकि द एवरेज एज ऑफ द ग्रुप गोज डाउन. और हमको बहुत अच्छा लगता है आपका प्रोस्पेक्टिव, आपका एंगल जानकर. और निश्चित रूप से हम पैनलिस्ट से तो जानेंगे ही बहुत चीजें. आप सब जब सवाल पूछोगे तो आपका जो एंगल होगा उसको भी हम जानने की कोशिश करेंगे. वंडरफुल इनिशिएटिव. इस पूरा जो ग्रुप है रैग ऑन मेंटल हेल्थ इनिशिएटिव्स, इसके लिए मैं खास तौर पे रीता जी को बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं कि उनके इनिशिएटिव से ये शुरुआत हुई थी. आभा जी इस वर्ष की प्रेसिडेंट है और प्रतीक्षा आपको भी इस इनिशिएटिव के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद और बहुत बहुत आपको शुभकामनाएं. और एक और चीज मैं कहना चाहूंगा, जो पार्टिसिपेंट्स यहाँ हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं, मैं उनसे रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं कि जब पैनल डिस्कशन शुरू करें तो मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि आप जरूर से अपना वीडियो कैमरा शुरू कर दीजिए, सो दैट यू कैन इजीली इंटरेक्ट. और पैनलिस्ट को भी आपके साथ नजरें मिला के इंटरेक्ट करने में मजा आएगा. आई रिक्वेस्ट ईच वन ऑफ यू टू प्लीज पुट ऑन योर कैमरास. थैंक यू फॉर मेकिंग मी द पार्ट ऑफ दिस इवेंट and honoring me. Thank you so much, Abhaji.
Thank you so much, District Governor-elect Anand Jhunjhunwala, sir, for the introductory remarks. With this, I would like to inform you all that the District Action Group on Mental Health has come out with a monthly magazine called as Mind Matters. And Mind Matters has become the most iconic or the best contribution that we have come forward with. And every month we have a theme, and we get articles which help us to Pimprika to please screen share the Mind Matters. So till now, 4 different Mind Matters editions have been published, which are sponsored by different Rotary clubs in District 3030. This is just a glimpse of what the different newsletters carried. You can see the diverse topics which were covered and the contributors also. Thank you so much, Abha ma'am. I would also now like to request that we have today amongst us a very special guest, and she's none other than PDRR Retractor Aarti J. Goswami. I request Dr. Abha Pimprikar to please introduce the special guest with us.
Yeah. Retractor Aarti J. Goswami is a young woman of great stature. She has a long journey, and I will try to cover it in short span. She joined Rotaract Club of Chandrapur in 2014, served as secretary in 15-16, president as 16-17, DRR in 17-18, and immediately again in 18-19. During her tenure as DRR, she introduced the concept of DRR elect, DRR nominee, and DRR nominee designate, that is appointing 3 future leaders. She served as an aide to president of RSA MDIO in 18-19 and in 19-20 also. With great roles come great responsibilities. So here with more responsibility to serve the organization, here she is, First Lady President of Rotaract South Asia Multi-District Information Organization, that is RSA MDIO, for the current year 21-22, Rotaract Aarti J. Goswami.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the introduction, but I think Aarti ma'am is not there, or she's just left.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyways, it would have been a pleasure to have her amongst us today, and we would have loved to hear from her, but we can do that once she logs in again. So thank you for the introduction. With this, I request Dr. Abha to please play a video which is regarding the suicide prevention, which has been created by Retractors. Thank you so much, Abha ma'am, for sharing the video. I think let us inform all the participants a little bit about the video. It has been created by the Retractors of the parent club is Rotary Club of Nagpur North. Abha ma'am, if you can add a few things regarding the video about the competition which they had and how they came up with the idea.
Yeah, on the World Suicide Prevention Day, they had conducted the program, rather the competition, was the poster making competition. They had even made one video for the awareness to prevent suicide. And for our program, when I requested them, they put all the posters in the collage and send this video for us. So I thank them.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the details. We had Manisha Mangani from Rotary Club of Nagpur North, and we would like to thank you, ma'am, for the efforts and for motivating your Rotractors to come out with innovative ideas to spread mental health awareness and creating this wonderful video and sharing with us. Thank you once again. I am sure this will help and motivate the other Rotractors also to take up meaningful projects in future. So thank you so much. I think without wasting any more time, I would just like to acknowledge the presence of PAG Shamim, who has joined all the way from Bangladesh. Thank you for joining us, sir. It's a pleasure to have you. And now let us go ahead with the main theme for today, the panel discussion. And we don't have just one or two, but three important people who will be the leaders or with whom we can have a question answer session and hear from them regarding different problems that we face. And to start with the panel discussion, let us first have their introduction. So first, I would request Rotractor Kritika Thakre. She's the General Secretary of Rotrac Club of Yashwantrao Chauhan College of Engineering, and her parent club is Rotary Club of Nagpur Downtown. So Kritika, I request you to please introduce Dr. Rita Agrawal, who is the chairperson as well as the person behind the District Action Group on Mental Health. Kritika, please.
Yes, ma'am. Dr. Rita Agrawal, ma'am, is a senior consultant psychologist at Nagpur since 1992. She is a columnist in the largest English daily newspaper, the Hitwada, since 1994, called Emotions, which is very popular. She is an HRD trainer for industry as well. In Rotary, she is the district chair for Rotary Action Group. She is also a charter member and director at Global RAG Mental Health Initiatives. She is editing a monthly newsletter on mental health by the Rotary District Action Group on mental health initiatives. Over to you, Rita, ma'am.
Thank you. Can we have the introduction of the second guest as well?
Yes, Dr. Chandak as well as Dr. Hemant, though he has not joined yet, we will have the introductions one by one, and then we will start with the panel discussion. Over to you, Pratiksha.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. I would now request Rahul Pansare, who is the president of Rotrac Club of Nashik Grape Valley, to please introduce our second panelist, Dr. Chanda. Rahul Pansare, please. Rahul, are you there?
Yes, I can see him.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Hello. Okay. So Dr. Pritam Chandak sir is a MBBS by profession and MD in psychiatry. He did his MD in psychiatry from NKP Slave Institute of Medical Science and Lata Mangeshkar Hospital, Nagpur. He's a member of American Psychiatric Association USA, a member of European Psychiatric Association Europe, a member of Association of Child and Adolescent Mental Health UK, and a member of Indian Psychiatric Society. He also did his fellowship in Child and Adolescent Psychiatry from MID Access NHP Partnership Trust from London, diploma in child play therapy from University of Roehampton, London, clinical fellow in Department of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry from National Institute of Mental Health of Neuroscience in Bangalore, and he's a consultant psychiatrist and counselor, working as a director and chief consultant at Synapse Mindcare Nagpur, working as a convener at Stigma and Mental Health Task Force of Indian Psychiatric Society, IPS, working as an executive member for genetic section of World Psychiatric Association, that is WPA. He has won many prizes for paper presentation at various national and international conferences, including the prestigious World Conference of Psychiatry held at Lisbon, Portugal, World Conference of Mental Health, Delhi, and World Congress of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry, Singapore. He has published more than 10 publications to his name in various national and international journals. So I will take over to Dr. Pritam Chandak sir.
Thank you so much for such a wonderful introduction. Definitely, it itself is a wonderful thing to have. People are acknowledging the importance of mental health. They are giving it a rethought. Of course, there has been issue pre-COVID also, but this COVID has been a blessing in disguise for all the mental health professionals around the globe. The issues have risen significantly, whether it's regarding parenting, whether it's regarding child and adolescent problems at each and every section. It is not like only a particular subgroup or subpopulation is affected by it. So definitely the way people are looking at mental health, the way people now giving importance to their mental health fitness. So that's wonderful to see, and I hope the things will. It is just a start, and we have to achieve many more things. There are many more goals to be achieved from here onward, and definitely I feel with all innovative things like like the Rotaries and everything, we can reach to majority of the public, and we can make aware of them things, and definitely we can and we will make a difference into everyone's life.
Rightly said, sir. Of course, we can do that together, and we have to come together for a common cause, and definitely we'll find a solution. Thank you so much, Rahul Pansare, for introducing Dr. Chandak. Now, I would request Rotractor Pavitra Karwa, Secretary, Rotrac Club of Nashik Grape Valley, to please introduce Dr. Hemant Sonasis.
Hello. Thank you so much. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce Dr. Hemant Sahib Sonanis, sir. As sir is not with us, still I would like to complete this introduction for him. Sir has completed MD Psychiatry from Mumbai University with a gold medal. Hemant sir is serving as a consultant psychiatry at Manoday Mind Care Clinic, Sharanpur Road, Nasik, and Sunshine Counseling and Therapy Center, Sharanpur Road, Nasik. Services such as psychology, counseling, treatment on mental health issues are provided in this clinic for adults as well as for children. Hemant sir is the president of Indian Medical Association, Nasik, and have been working for mental health related issues for the society through IMA in last few years. To spread awareness in the society about mental health, Dr. Sonanis have conducted many lectures, workshops for various groups and institutes like schools, colleges, police, lawyers, and doctors. Sir is also known for his articles in newspaper, radio, and television interviews to increase awareness about mental health. It is really an honor for us to have him around us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pavitra. Actually, sir has already conveyed that there are, he needs to look after his parents who are not well, so he might join for the session. Hello. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
So I think before we go ahead with the panel discussion, Abha ma'am, if it is possible, can you play the video which has been created by the YCC Rotrac Club?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much to the Rotrac Club of Yashodhara Chauhan College. It was a great sight to see the smiling faces with all positive messages that you shared through the video. Thank you so much for creating it. Let us go ahead with the panel discussion. We have been waiting to hear from the panelists who are present amongst us today. So I request our President Abha Pimplikar ma'am to please go ahead with the question session.
Yes. My first question will go to Dr. Preetham. The talk of the town or talk of the world, that is COVID and its mental health. Since COVID has affected many of us or almost all of us in some way or the other. So please guide us, like what are the illnesses, maybe minor, maybe major, that were faced. Even people now, though the pandemic is about to get over, people are still facing some issues. So please throw some light on that.
No, definitely, as we have seen, and it is the talk of the town as well. First, we have to look about the mental health when we talk about the effects of COVID. So first, we have to understand what exactly means mental health, because बहुत से बार ये होता है कि we don't know कि exactly affect क्या हो रहा है. So when we look at mental health, we have to look at multiple dimensions. It is not like कि you don't have any kind of psychiatric illnesses or you are not visiting a psychiatrist, so you are mentally fit. So this is a very rough concept what everyone of us have about the mental health. But whenever we talk of mental health, definitely it is a combination of our social, our psychological and emotional well-being. So it is a very comprehensive term. So in short word, what these three terms mean is how we feel about ourselves, how we act, and how we exchange. So in this aspect, mental health is a very comprehensive term rather than just being away from any mental health issues. And mental health gets affected or it is influenced by every changes. It is not like कि कोई एक आधा particular situation ही mental health को affect करता है. As many of us know the bio-psycho-social model. So the social environment, the psychosocial factors also plays a very big role. So as you rightly mentioned, COVID has been a real disruptor kind of thing for every one of us. The life which was in the world of globalization was busy in each and everything. From kids to adults, everyone was into some kind of routine, and suddenly we come to a standstill. Last year, March to June was really a kind of never before experience. I don't feel कि 100 साल में पिछले किन्हों ने भी ये तरह का situation महसूस किया होगा कि everyone was at home, कहीं बाहर नहीं जा सक रहे थे. There was so much of fear about it, and the importance of life has increased significantly. So the initial period was all about that, because you were जब भी do or die situation आता है, so everyone prefers to follow the rules and everything, but no one knew. सभी को ऐसा लगा पहले कि यार ये 21 दिन का समय है, ये 1 महीने का समय है, ये तो निकल जाएगा और उसके बाद सब चीजें अपने आप नॉर्मल हो जाएगी. बट नो वन एंटिसिपेटेड दिस कि यार ये इतना लंबा चल सकता है, इसलिए किसने इसके लिए प्रिपरेशन भी नहीं किया था कि अगर यार ये 1 महीने के ऊपर चले जाएगा तो हाउ वुड वी शुड रिएक्ट टू दिस पर्टिकुलर काइंड ऑफ सिचुएशन. एंड हियर लाइज द मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम कि बिकॉज वी वर नॉट प्रिपेयर्ड हाउ टू हैंडल द सिचुएशन इफ इट गेट्स एक्सटेंडेड. It started affecting each and every one of us. Major COVID issues was because, of course, physical health issues जो लोगों में आए वो एक बहुत ज्यादा important चीजें थी. उसी के बाद अगर हम लोग देखें, there were multiple stressful events. किसी के family members में their dear and near ones suffered or succumbed to COVID. Then the majority of the issue which was there is because of ऑनलाइन स्कूलिंग या जो स्कूल बंद हो गए सडनली, वो एक चीजों के ऊपर था. फाइनेंशियल डिस्ट्रेस वाज वन ऑफ द मेजर रीजंस ऑफ इट. लैक ऑफ सोशल इंटरेक्शन इन दिस वर्ल्ड. जैसे भी हम लोग ग्लोबलाइज्ड हो रहे हैं, थोड़ा इंटरेक्शन हम लोगों का कम हो रहा है. दैट अगेन वाज वन ऑफ द मेजर फैक्टर. जैसे आज हम लोग इंटरैक्ट कर रहे हैं, नो वन वाज अवेयर ऑफ दिस कि इस तरीके के भी इंटरैक्शन पॉसिबल है या हम लोग कर सकते हैं. सो इट वाज द लाइफ सडनली गोइंग अपसाइड डाउन. So whenever the things go when you have not predicted it, definitely it creates a kind of stress in your overall well-being. You feel difficult to adjust जो भी नया situation है, because you have not experienced that thing before. वो आपके comfort zone के बाहर की चीज है, which the environment or the society is now asking you to follow. और यही कहीं ना कहीं पे जो एक हम लोगों का expectations होता है और जो हम लोगों का reality होता है कि, और जब इन दोनों में ही जो गैप आ जाता है, that creates an anxiety. और यही एंजाइटी कहीं ना कहीं हर काइंड ऑफ मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज का एक इम्पोर्टेंट रीजन होता है. जैसे मैंने आपको कुछ फैक्टर्स एनलिस्ट किए कि किसी रिलेटिव का डेथ हो जाना, फाइनेंशियल डिस्ट्रेस, स्कूल कॉलेजेस बंद रहना, समय पे एग्जाम्स नहीं हो पाना, सोशल इंटरैक्शन नहीं रह पाना, घर के बाहर नहीं निकल पाना. सो ये सब चीजों के वजह से कहीं ना कहीं एक तनाव की स्थिति निर्माण हुई, एंड दैट रिजल्टेड इनटू सडन राइज ऑफ मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज. ऐसा नहीं है कि डिप्रेशन, एंजाइटी, पैनिक डिसऑर्डर, पैनिक अटैक पहले नहीं था, बट वी फेल टू आइडेंटिफाई दैट थिंग, या वो कुछ सेगमेंट तरह की रिस्ट्रिक्टेड था. बट दिस कोविड हैज मेड ऑफ अवेयर ऑफ ऑल दिस थिंग्स कि यार एंजाइटी भी हो सकती है, डिप्रेशन भी हो सकता है, पैनिक डिसऑर्डर्स भी हो सकते हैं. So definitely this COVID has been, as I always say, a blessing in disguise for overall mental health in India and all the mental health professional. So इसी तरीके से COVID has a significant impact on mental health, and we are seeing sudden rise in various mental health issues, चाहे बच्चों के हो ADHD, autism, learning, चाहे बड़ों के हो depression, anxiety, psychosis, then schizophrenia, then bipolarity, and list on. अगर elderly के हम लोग देखें तो ये भी सब चीजें कहीं ना कहीं पे बढ़ी है. And again, loneliness is one of the major factor as well, because बहुत से बार ऐसा होता था कि elderly कुछ समय अपने बच्चों के पास जा सकते थे, उनके बच्चे कहीं IT सेक्टर में हैं या they are working out of India, so they used to go for a couple of months or for a quarter or so वहां पे, तो वो travel एक बंद हो गया. So that is one of the main reason again कि जो elderly population में जो mental health issue rise हुए हैं, this is the reason for it. So as you rightly mentioned, COVID had a significant mental health issues on overall as society, और वो अभी भी कहीं ना कहीं पे बरकरार है. As we are unlocking, चीजें नॉर्मल हो रही है, तो things are getting back on track. But yes, this COVID, as everyone says, this is a novel coronavirus. You don't know how the situation will unfold. एक महीने बाद, 2 महीने बाद या 3 महीने बाद we are on, आपण जे मराठीत म्हणतो की आपण एक उंबरठ्यावर आहे थर्ड वेव्हच्या. सो डेफिनेटली वी कॅनॉट प्रिडिक्ट एनीथिंग की हाऊ द थिंग विल गो ऑन फ्रॉम हियर ऑनवर्ड. सो टेकिंग ईच डे बाय डे इटसेल्फ इज द whole mantra in this COVID era for me now.
Thank you, sir. I would like to talk next to
My next question will go to Dr. Hemant Sonasis. Good evening, sir, and welcome. My question to you is, sir, I would like to talk about caregivers' mental health or the frontline warriors' mental health, because what we saw, especially in Nashik, as far as I know, being the president of IMA, you had started one project where you were taking care of the mental health of especially the nurses and the staff. So please talk about it, sir. What were your experiences, and how should we prepare when we are talking about the third wave? How should we prepare ourselves mentally for that, if at all we face the thing?
Thank you, madam. I think okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. You are
Yes,
audible.
please go ahead now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just got a call when I just started talking. Burden on healthcare workers is a major issue which you have pointed out. And as you rightly said, second wave was most severe in India, in the world. And In Maharashtra, it was most severe in India. So we can say Maharashtra was worst affected area in the entire world during the second wave. Especially the belt of Mumbai, Pune, and Nashik were most severely affected. The months of April and May. At that, being a psychiatrist and being a president of IMA certainly helped me to understand a lot of things. I used to get almost 100 calls per day from doctors, from government officers, collector, municipal commissioner officers, media, public representatives, regarding lots of issues, patients, medicines, oxygen availability, beds availability, complications, side effects, family, friends. And whenever I spoke to doctors, I realized one thing: most of them were highly overworked. There was no fixed time to work. And they used to just wake up in the morning and work till late at night. There was no time to eat, no fixed time to sleep. Most importantly, continuously getting exposed to the environment where COVID positive patients stayed. We used to advise the entire world to stay at home, but all these frontline COVID warriors, doctors, nurses, sweepers, accountants, receptionists, all these support staff, they were working overtime because the hospitals were limited, the beds were limited, the manpower was limited, but the number of patients was very huge, very unexpected, and we were not at all prepared. So I really appreciate these people who capitalized or who used this once in a lifetime opportunity to give service to mankind. Because this pandemic is once in a 100 years thing, or once in a lifetime things for all of us. We also appreciate their families, because these healthcare workers would often stay away from their families, would stay away from their old parents, would stay away from their kids. So there was a lot of struggle and lot of difficult time behind the COVID healthcare provided by all the doctors, nurses, and other healthcare workers. And definitely, as you rightly said, I conducted lots of programs for stress management, some psychiatrists, some psychologists, counselors on management of stress, family relationship management, mindfulness. We conducted a lot of programs for all the healthcare workers. It was our gesture to appreciate their efforts, and me being a psychiatrist helped me understand the psychology of the doctors in a better way, I can say. And I mean, there is lesson to learn from everything. So there was lots to learn from the second wave. We understood a lot of things, that we can stay at home, we can give more time to family, we can take more time for our health, we can have some more of me time, we can give more time to kids, to parents. We started thinking seriously about our eating habits, sleeping habits. So lots of good things. And helping each other in difficult circumstances always strengthens the relationship. So I believe it was really bad time. There was a COVID positive patient in almost every home. There was a death in almost every building, we can say. So I think these families, these neighbors, I believe they came together mentally, emotionally, and reducing the dependence of physical needs, practical luxuries and hectic schedules, they understood the importance of humanity, helping each other, importance of the family, and lots of things. And this is the message we should take for our future life, even after the pandemic goes. The short-term message for third wave is, in one line, I will say in the way Shah Rukh Khan said, "Picture abhi baki hai." It is not yet over. So don't get complacent. Don't ignore symptoms. Use mask. Use sanitization. Use social distancing. Avoid going out without reasons. Avoid making crowds. Avoid making unnecessary travels, parties, get-togethers, meetings. Keep your outside communication minimum possible. Take care of the children at home because they are not vaccinated. There is no vaccine for children. Take care of the elderly people because most of the time they have additional medical illnesses and they are more vulnerable to these infections. And if we can follow all these things, if we do not lower the guard, if we keep very much focused on following the mask, sanitization, social distancing, and vaccination, these 4 points, I think we can successfully prevent or keep in check the third wave of the COVID. Over to you.
म्हणजे या दरम्यान एक प्रॉब्लेम असा जाणवला, वेगवेगळ्या प्रॉब्लेम्स होते वेगवेगळ्या लोकांच्या बाबतीत, की जसं घरात आपण बांधल्या गेलो, तो आपण म्हणतो आहे इम्पॉर्टन्स ऑफ फॅमिली, पण काही ठिकाणी असं झालं की आई वडिलांमध्ये आणि मुलांमध्ये मतभेद झाले की तुझा स्क्रीन टाइम खूप वाढलेला आहे, तू अभ्यास करत नाहीयेस, किंवा मुला मुलींचं त्यांच्या मित्रमैत्रिणींना भेटणं बंद झालं. काही केसेस अशा झाल्या की मुलगी खूप रडते आहे, तर अगं काय झालं, तर खोदून खोदून विचारल्यानंतर लक्षात आलं की बॉयफ्रेंडला मला भेटता आलेलं नाहीये. किंवा अशा प्रकारचे जे यंग जनरेशन मध्ये म्हणजे साधारण 18 ते 30 जो आपल्या आजच्या प्रोग्रामचा टार्गेट ऑडियन्स आहे, त्यांच्यामध्ये पॅन्डेमिकमुळे आधी पण एक कम्युनिकेशन गॅप असतो 2 जनरेशन मध्ये, तो थोडासा कुठेतरी वाढल्यासारखा निदान मला तरी जाणवला. त्याच्याबद्दल तुम्ही काय सांगाल किंवा त्याच्यावरती सोल्युशन आपण कसं काढू शकतो?
मला विचारताय मॅडम?
हो हो.
ओके, बरोबर आहे. तुम्ही बोलल्याप्रमाणे काही महत्वाच्या गोष्टी यामध्ये घडल्या आहे. एक तर आहे सोशल रेस्ट्रिक्शन्स. Social restrictions means lockdown kind of insisted that we stay indoors. So there were no colleges, there were no friends, there was no regular college atmosphere, there was no regular meeting, chatting, giving high five and going out, all these things. Man is a social animal, we always say. So this kind of social restriction was perceived differently by different people. Some youngsters could understand that this is not a forced thing on me. This is a voluntary restriction imposed by my government as well as myself on me for the betterment of me, my family, and my society. So those who could understand it and accept it maturely handled it well. But many times, some are, we can say, more social. Some people have this more need of going out and meeting people and interacting with people. And that's fine, nothing wrong with that. Everybody is a different person. So sometimes these youngsters have definitely felt a kind of claustrophobic sensation, being stuck between 4 walls and not being able to go out, and they did not like it, and it led to some things like anxiety, loneliness, irritability, and low confidence, not able to ventilate their feelings, their thoughts very well, and hence kind of feeling kind of not being able to express themselves, feeling that they are not able to understand what is going on in their friends or in their boyfriend or in their girlfriend's mind. And distant relationship is always a difficult thing as compared to any relationship in person. It could be friends, it could be with a boyfriend or a girlfriend or with a teacher or with anybody else. So I believe there could be some kind of emotional insecurity of losing out on important relationships. Some people are very much involved or over involved. I would like to tell all these people that a relationship with anybody, with any friend, with your boyfriend or with your girlfriend is always going to be a mutual one. It is a two-way relationship. So as long as there is good understanding between each other, the relationships sustain and succeed. But if there are differences of opinions or personalities, I must tell as a psychiatrist that we all know that no two people in this world have similar fingerprints. Similarly, no two people in this world will think similarly or emote similarly. So it is very logical that between two friends, one might feel the need to continue that friendship. Other might feel, नहीं यार ठीक है, अभी नहीं इतना मिलना जुलना होता है, तो I am getting along with other friends. Similarly, in a relationship between a boy and a girl, one of them might feel, no, this is the best thing which has happened to me in this world, and I cannot live without him, and I cannot live without her. At the same time, the other partner may think, okay, she is a nice person, he's a good person, I had a good time, but I think हमारे बीच में जो था वो temporary था, infatuation था. Maybe after this long break, I'm more interested with someone else, or I'm going ahead with my life with some different goals, different things. I will say nothing is wrong in either of these things. Nobody is wrong here. Nobody is abnormal here. And hence, I will suggest whatever has happened correct. Accept it. If the relationship has continued it. If it has weakened or broken down, let it be. Because you all are very young people and likely to have relationship in different manners. It is not necessary that every romantic relationship should end in the marriage. It is absolutely not necessary. Because the way the generation of you people, young boys and young girls, think is very different, and we as seniors can understand them. So it is okay to like someone, it is okay to have some special feelings about someone, spend some time with that person, get into a relationship. But after some time, one may think, no, probably this person is very different, or this is not what I wanted from this relationship. So it is absolutely, if one or both partners get out of that relationship, I think having this experience will help you understand what you want in your life, what you want in your long-term relationship of a marriage, which is going to be a very important and most important decision of your life at around 25. So these things are only learning lessons. These things are experiences one must go through, or one often goes through, while developing your own emotional and thinking personality, and it helps you understand goals of your life in a better way, your needs, your desires, and take all the positives from whatever has happened and look forward to the future.
Thank you, sir. रीता मैम, अगला सवाल मैं आपसे करना चाहूंगी.
Ma'am, your voice is very low. Is everybody able to hear her clearly?
No.
Yeah, ma'am. If you can be a little louder.
Yeah. How about now?
No, ma'am. In the beginning, you were audible. No, not at all. Unmute yourself. Ma'am, maybe you can sign out and sign in once again. Maybe you can try that, or try from the other device.
Meanwhile, can I make a request, Pratiksha?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Ask a retractor if they would directly like to ask a question. I would love that.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. So retractors, here is a chance for you. So instead of giving your questions to Abha ma'am and asking, you can directly ask to any of the panelists. You can ask Dr. Preetam, Dr. Rita, or Hemant sir, anyone. So please don't feel shy. You have got a free opportunity.
No, they are not shy. I get so many questions in my column emotions, and I just love to read those questions and answer them. So here's your chance to interact with me directly.
If you have any problems, one-to-one questions.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, ma'am, it's a very basic question. Like most of the time it happens that people are not aware about their illness. Like they are physically fine, but mentally they are not good. So my question is, what are the early symptoms that we understand that that person is suffering from mental illness? Like most of the time, if a person is, am I audible?
Yeah, I understood. But why are you worried about this question? क्योंकि illness एकदम एक मिनट, illness जो होती है बहुत बड़ी बात होती है. जब हम illness declare करते हैं, diagnose करते हैं कि किसी को depression है, किसी को anxiety है, anxiety disorder है, तो बहुत बड़ी बात हो जाती है. लेकिन जो छोटे छोटे mood swings हैं कि मन नहीं लग रहा है, चिड़चिड़ापन हो रहा है, गुस्सा आ रहा है, और पढ़ाई में कंसंट्रेशन कम हो रही है, इसको इलनेस नहीं बोलेंगे. दे आर जस्ट सिंपल मूड स्विंग्स व्हिच कैन लीड टू इलनेस. तो डायरेक्टली इलनेस जब आप कहेंगे कि भाई किसी को इलनेस है, तो मैं चलिए आपसे एक दूसरी तरह से इसको डील करते हैं कि अगर आपकी पढ़ाई में मन नहीं लग रहा है और आपकी प्रोडक्टिविटी, क्रिएटिविटी कम हो रही है, और ये बहुत हफ्तों से चल रहा है, 1 हफ्ता हो गया, 2 हफ्ता हो गया, 3 हफ्ता हो गया. मुझे एक पेशेंट ने फोन करके सवाल किया था, जो आपने सवाल किया, कि मुझे कब पता चलेगा कि मुझे किसी साइकोलॉजिस्ट से मिलना चाहिए. सवाल यही आप सवाल कर रहे हैं कि मुझे कब पता चलेगा कि मुझे कोई बीमारी है.
एग्जैक्टली.
तो सवाल मैंने उसको जवाब ये दिया कि आप कितने समय से परेशान हैं. तो उसने कहा 3 महीने हो गए. और मैंने कहा 3 महीने में आपकी परेशानी बढ़ी है या घटी है? तो उसने कहा बढ़ी है. मैंने कहा फिर आप आ जाइए. तो होता क्या है कि जैसे मेरा पेट खराब हुआ, कुछ दिनों में ठीक हो गया. मेरा सर दुख रहा है, कुछ दिनों में ठीक हो गया. तो डॉक्टर के पास तो हम नहीं जाएंगे, लेकिन मेरा सर महीने भर से दुख रहा है और ठीक हो ही नहीं रहा है, फिर तो जाना ही पड़ेगा. जब कोई घाव आ जाता है शरीर पे और वो ठीक नहीं हो रहा है नेचुरल वे में, फिर आपको कंसल्ट करना बहुत जरूरी है, नहीं तो फिर वो बड़ी इलनेस बनती है. ये आपका प्रश्न बहुत सुंदर प्रश्न है, पर इतना ही बोलूंगी. और बताइए.
Okay, ma'am. Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Dr. Abha ma'am, would you take up the next question?
Am I audible now?
Yes, perfect.
Yes.
Yeah. There was a common question asked by many of the retractors, like हमारे पेरेंट्स चाहते हैं कि मैं कुछ बनूं. वो कुछ है कि मैं डॉक्टर बनूं, या मैं इंजीनियर बनूं, या मैं रिसर्च साइंटिस्ट बनूं, और मुझे वो नहीं करना है. तो इसमें वो मुझे फोर्स करते हैं पढ़ाई करने के लिए, अच्छे मार्क्स लाने के लिए. साथ ही साथ उन्हें मेरे फ्रेंड्स भी पसंद नहीं है. अगर मुझसे कुछ गलती हो जाती है तो वो बोलते हैं कि ये तुम्हारी फ्रेंड्स की वजह से है. एट द सेम टाइम वो मेरे फ्रेंड्स से मुझे कंपेयर भी करते हैं कि तुम्हारा वो फ्रेंड या तुम्हारी वो फ्रेंड पढ़ाई में कितनी अच्छी है. तो ये इसकी वजह से घर में रोजाना बहस होती है. तो इसका सॉल्यूशन हम कैसे निकालें? उसकी वजह से हमें जो प्रेशर हो रहा है जो स्ट्रेस हो रहा है वो हम उसका सॉल्यूशन कैसे ढूंढे?
कौन देंगे जवाब? डॉक्टर चांडक?
नहीं, is the question addressed to me?
Any one of you can answer.
Okay. जैसे मैम आपने बोला, ये बहुत एक कॉमन सा सवाल है कि डिफरेंस ऑफ ओपिनियन, अगेन जैसे ये बोला, इट इज नॉट समथिंग टू बी, something is not going into the right direction or the things are not there. It is not that, it is the difference of perspective जो हम लोग नॉर्मली भी हमारे डे टू डे लाइफ में देखते हैं। ये एक कहीं ना कहीं पे पेरेंट्स के एंड पे या पेरेंटिंग में जो चेंज हो रहा है, या पेरेंटिंग में कहीं ना कहीं पे जो चीजें सदियों से चलते आ रही है, वी हैव टू एक्सेप्ट दिस थिंग। This generation, every generation evolves from the next generation. It is not like कि आज से 20 साल पहले जैसे हम लोग थे वैसे ही आगे वाली जनरेशन रहेगी, या उसके आगे वाली भी जनरेशन वैसी रहेगी। This is not mandatory. पेरेंट्स और सभी लोगों को ये समझने की बहुत ज्यादा जरूरत है। जैसे ये कॉमनली हमारे पास जब पेरेंट्स लेके आते हैं, तो मैं एक सिंपल सा एग्जांपल यही देता हूँ, जैसे हमारी पांचों उंगलियां एक समान नहीं है, वैसे एक कॉफी कैन या एक कंपार्टमेंटल सिस्टम नहीं है हर बच्चे का, या उसको ये कोई चेकलिस्ट नहीं है कि आप इसमें भी अच्छे हो, आप पढ़ाई में भी अच्छे हो, आप ये भी कर लोगे, आप ये भी बन जाओगे। Every kid, every adolescent is special into his own domains, चाहे वो साइकोलॉजिकल डोमेन हो, उसका सोशल डोमेन हो, इमोशनल डोमेन हो, कॉग्निटिव डोमेन हो, ऐसे हर चीजों में हर बच्चा अपने अपने लेवल पे अच्छा होता है। इसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि हर बच्चा ही एकेडमिक्स में अच्छा हो, और जो हमारा एक थोड़ा सा एजुकेशनल सिस्टम बोलिए या एक ओवरऑल जो हमारा एक परसेप्शन है रिगार्डिंग एजुकेशन को लेके, एवरीवन वांट्स टू, आई एम नॉट एबल टू हियर समवन needs to unmute himself.
Pratiksha, I am not able to mute that person, Mr. Haider Ali. Can you please do that?
Yeah, I'll try. Pratiksha, please mute yourself.
Yeah. सो हर बच्चा अपने एक डोमेन में अलग अलग है, हर बच्चों का अपना अपना स्किल है। तो पेरेंट्स को ये चीज जानना बहुत जरूरी है कि यू कैनॉट फोर्स एनीथिंग ऑन एवरीवन। हम जैसे देखते हैं कि some kids are really special into music kind of thing, some are really good at sports, some are really good at academics as well. So again, this is not something which you should be forcing on the things. In fact, it is something what we always call as a mutually consented thing or a mutually agreed upon the thing. Over the period of time आप आपके बच्चे को देख रहे हैं, एंड जनरली ये डिसीजन लेने की बात आती है जब आप 10th स्टैंडर्ड में होते हो या आप 12th में जाते हो। Over the period of time, you understand कि what your kids is good at, what your child is good at, and what are his strong points, what are his strong abilities. So definitely just forcing on the things और ये comparative parenting करना कि यार इनका बच्चा ये चीजों में अच्छा है तो आप क्यों अच्छे नहीं हो, definitely rather than motivating or positively enforcing what are the good things a child or adolescent have, just negatively reinforcing या continuously negative notions place करना कहीं ना कहीं अपने आप में एक गिल्ट फीलिंग पैदा करता है, कहीं ना कहीं अपने आप में एक एंजाइटी प्रोवोक करता है। एंड डेफिनेटली with all these kinds of kashmakash whatever is going on in your mind, you will definitely not able to focus on anything, whether you want to do your academics or you want to do your extracurricular activities or whatever the things you want to do. So definitely ये जो चीज है ये parents को भी समझना उतना जरूरी है कि they should respect a kids or adolescents his interest particularly. ऐसा नहीं है कि अगर आप लोग सोचते हो because the world is changing like anything and there are opportunities in anything, चाहे वो ग्राफिक्स में हो, चाहे वो न्यूज इंडस्ट्री में हो, चाहे वो स्टार्टअप्स में हो, एंड वी आर सीइंग every person is coming up with something new. So जो एक एज ओल्ड कंसेप्ट था कि अगर आप डॉक्टर बनोगे तो ही लाइफ में सरवाइव करोगे, आप इंजीनियर बनोगे तो ही लाइफ में सरवाइव करोगे, this has taken a backseat. There are many new things coming up, and if someone is really doing anything passionately या अगर कोई भी व्यक्ति एक पैशन के साथ कोई चीज करता है तो डेफिनेटली इट मे टेक हिम टाइम टू रिकॉग्नाइज, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं पे वो चीजें जाके उभरती है। जैसे हमने ये कोविड में भी देखा कि बहुत एनजीओ, बहुत लोग खुद भी सोशल सर्विस करते थे या लोगों को हेल्प करते थे, और फॉर दैट सेक रोटरी भी, एवरीवन, हम सभी को पता है कि यार वी यूज्ड टू डू सम काइंड ऑफ नोबल एक्टिविटीज, बट दिस कोविड हैज इंक्रीज दैट सिग्निफिकेंटली। वी हैव सीन एवरीवेयर कि हर जगह का कोई ना कोई एनजीओ, कोई ना कोई इंसान किसी भी तरीके से एक को हेल्प कर रहा है। सो डेफिनेटली जो चीज अगर हमको पसंद है, एंड इफ यू चूज दैट थिंग, द स्काई इज द लिमिट फॉर योर एक्सेलमेंट। So I definitely feel कि forcing on the things is not gonna help any of you. ना वो पेरेंट्स को हेल्प करेगा लॉन्ग टर्म में, जो बच्चा है उसको भी हेल्प नहीं करेगा, एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट इट कैन लीड टू कॉन्फ्लिक्ट काइंड ऑफ सिचुएशन। दूसरा सवाल जो आपका था कि सर ये चीज हो रही है, इस वजह से हमारे घर में बहुत कलह है या हम लोग बहुत परेशान हैं, हम क्या कर सकते हैं? जैसे मैंने बताया, डेफिनेटली यू हैव टू पुट ऑन योर पॉइंट। जो चीज में आपको इंटरेस्ट ही नहीं है या जो चीज आप कभी करना ही नहीं चाहते हो, एंड इफ दैट इज फोर्स ऑन यू, सो डेफिनेटली उसमें से आपको कुछ भी आउटपुट नहीं मिलने वाला है। सो डेफिनेटली हैव अ वर्ड विथ योर पेरेंट्स। आप सब लोग साथ में बैठे, यू जस्ट एक्सप्रेस योर विश, what you want to do, what are your aspirations, what you aim to be, and what are, and most importantly, what is your plan of action for determining it। जैसे ये कॉमनली भी हम लोग देख रहे हैं कि जैसे बहुत सारे पेरेंट बच्चों के साथ आते हैं, पेरेंट बोलते हैं सर ये तो पढ़ाई नहीं कर रहा है। बच्चों को पूछो आपको क्या करना है, तो सर मुझे यूट्यूबर बनना है, सर मुझे रॉक स्टार बनना है, सर मुझे डांसर बनना है। और जब लेकिन उसको पूछा जाए कि यार आप ये चीज करना चाह रहे हो, तो आपने इसके लिए क्या एफर्ट्स लिए, आपको पता है यूट्यूबर के लिए क्या क्या चीजें लगती है, आपको पता है उसके लिए क्या क्या आपको सीखना है, चाहे एडिटिंग हो या द कंटेंट आप जो प्रेजेंट कर रहे हो, या भली अगर आप डांसर करना चाहे। सो ये भी एक बहुत डिफरेंस है कि आपका इंटरेस्ट और एक जो बोलते हैं कि हमारा फैसिनेशन होता है, ठीक है। सो डेफिनेटली इट कैन बी अंडरस्टूड इन सिंपल वेज कि हम लोग शाहरुख खान का स्टारडम देखते हैं, बट नो वन नोज कि जो 30 इयर्स या 40 इयर्स का जो स्ट्रगल रहा है from a normal boy to a superstar or to a good actor is definitely something which has to be done। हर किसी का यही होता है कि everyone wants to look at a top level person, लेकिन वो जो जर्नी है, जो नीचे से ऊपर तरफ की जर्नी है, वो कोई नहीं सोचना चाहता। So unless and until you have the conviction in you, you have a plan of action कि आपको आगे कैसे बढ़ना है, तभी आप ये चीजों पे कर सकते हो। जस्ट एक ख्याली पुलाव बनाने में कोई मतलब नहीं है कि मुझे ये करना है लेकिन आपको उसका कुछ भी नहीं पता है, यू डोंट हैव एनी आइडिया, क्योंकि वो ट्रेंडिंग है, आप वो कर रहे हैं। And definitely whenever you feel कि things are not working out, it always good to take a opinion of a person who can clear this dilemma in much better way। Rita ma'am is there, Hemant sir is there, so definitely going to a psychologist, a counselor, a psychiatrist definitely can help you in choosing a better option, helping you to guide in this kinds of situation। and definitely चाहे पेरेंट्स का काउंसलिंग हो, चाहे बच्चों का काउंसलिंग हो, बहुत से बार जब चीजें इज नॉट ऑन द सेम ग्राउंड, रादर देन क्रिएटिंग कॉन्फ्लिक्चुअल सिचुएशन एट होम और दिन भर घर में झगड़ों का या एक मन मुटाव का वातावरण रखना, इससे बेटर है गोइंग टू अ पर्सन हु इज स्पेशलाइज्ड इनटू हैंडलिंग दिस थिंग एंड गाइडिंग यू थ्रू दिस बिगर डिसीजन ऑफ योर लाइफ।
बिल्कुल सही, बहुत सुंदर कहा आपने डॉक्टर चांडक। करियर काउंसलिंग हम लोग रेगुलर बेसिस पे करते हैं और अक्सर देखा जाता है कि पेरेंट्स का एक्सपेक्टेशन थोड़ी सी अलग होती है और बच्चों के डिजायर्स कुछ अलग होते हैं। तो हमारे साइंटिफिक तरीके भी हैं इस प्रॉब्लम को रिजॉल्व करने के, जैसे एक एप्टीट्यूड है,
टेस्ट होता है,
एप्टीट्यूड टेस्ट होता है जिसमें क्षमताओं और एबिलिटीज की टेस्टिंग हो जाती है और फिर बहुत हैवी डिटेल डिस्कशन करते हैं हम पेरेंट्स से भी और बच्चे से भी कि उनकी सेल्फ असेसमेंट रियलिस्टिक है, ऑन द ग्राउंड है, जैसे आपने कहा कि सिर्फ ख्याली पुलाव है या आपने ये भी सोचा है कि आपके पास क्षमताएं कौन सी हैं
exactly।
वो काम करने के लिए। और फिर पेरेंट्स को भी समझाया जा सकता है, ऐसे नहीं कि पेरेंट्स ना समझें, लेकिन पेरेंट्स की कहीं ना कहीं एक इमेज होती है बच्चे के बारे में
exactly।
कि बच्चा कहेगा मैं करूंगा, मैं कर सकता हूँ, लेकिन माँ कहेगी बेटा तू हार्ड वर्क तो करता नहीं, और तू रफ एंड टफ भी नहीं है, तू सोचता है कि मैं कर सकता हूँ लेकिन मुझे पता है या मुझे डर है कि तू करेगा नहीं. तो anyway, you said a very nice thing. Counseling is a good solution to problems like this, and we can always help the young ones. Over to you, Abhaji.
Dr. Hemant, the next question is for you.
Manisha is writing something.
Abha ma'am.
Yeah.
I could not hear you. Yeah, please.
Is for you. What do you do when you have got socially disactive for some reason, for some duration, and then you are getting frustrated because you are not again compared to the normal social situation, or you are not able to get socially active again, and this is somewhere is hampering the confidence. So you cannot deal with the people, you cannot go out with people. So how do we deal with that?
Yeah. The most important thing while dealing with any difficulty is asking yourself to do two things. First thing is either change that situation if possible. Second thing, if you are not able to change that situation, try to adjust to that situation. So currently going out, socializing, meeting friends, meeting relatives would be acceptable and would make everyone happy. And when we need to ask whether it is entirely in my hands, the answer is no. So we move on to the next point. Next point is, if something is not entirely under my control, I should not get too much worried about it, because the more I think of getting out, doing socialization, more helpless I will feel. Why? Because it is not in my hands. So what is in my hands? To deal with that more effectively, to deal with that more constructively. So this constructive work is very important. Being positive and being constructive. Being positive means accepting the facts, accepting the reality, and trying to adjust to that situation from emotional point of view. Being constructive means giving yourself some alternatives, giving yourself options. Okay, I would love to go out and meet my friend, but sadly and unfortunately, it is not in my hands. But that does not mean it is very terrible. That does not mean it is the end of the road. That does not mean that I cannot live without these things. That only tells me what else I can do for myself. So what can I do at home? Yes, I can watch movie. I can listen to some music. I can learn some new instrument. What were my hobbies in my childhood when I was in 5th grade, when I was in 7th grade? I used to enjoy so much, but I did not get time when I was in 10th, when I was in 12th. Try to figure out. Try to do those things. Cooking, traditionally cooking is for girls, especially homemakers, women. But we all know now cooking is a fun, cooking is an art, cooking is a skill. It involves you, it takes a lot of your time, it gives you a lot of satisfaction, it makes you independent. So I will tell all the boys and all the girls to develop these culinary skills. Try to become self-dependent. Tomorrow you may go out, stay in the hostel. Tomorrow you may go out of the city for the job, some posting, some transfers. And you would remember these days, okay, this was the time when I learned cooking and it is helping me so much. So these are the things you can do. And of course, we need some kind of fresh air. So I will definitely recommend to focus on your health, your exercise. So take some time out, go for a walk. Don't make crowd, don't make groups congested, very close to each other physically. Maybe small groups of 2-3 people, 3-4 people going out for a walk, a jog, a run, a small trek, maintaining distance. I think it can help you keep yourself fit, getting that fresh air, getting to interact. So it is not possible to sit in one room, play a carom board or play chess because you don't want to stay indoors too long, too close to each other. But same 4 people can go out for a trek, for a walk, for cycling, maintaining distance. You meet, you speak to each other, and you get yourself some kind of fitness activity, and it gives a lot of satisfaction. So these are the things in short, some kind of exercises, some new skills, some new hobbies, some old hobbies, remembering them, trying to develop them, helping your parents, helping your elderly and the people in household domestic work. So even sweeping floor is a good exercise. I would say no work is small, so don't underestimate any work. If someone is thinking, I am a medical student, I am an engineering student, I am an MBA student, तो मैं क्यों झाड़ू मारूं घर में? ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. मैंने भी बहुत किया है पिछले साल में. So I think it was a very good experience for me. आपको फिट भी रखेगा, आपका काम भी होगा, आपका टाइम भी जाएगा. So these are some small things you can do. And yeah, from emotional point of view, being in touch with your close ones. Identify the people who are emotionally important for you. Your father, your mother, your brother, your sister, your close friend, your best friend, one of your favorite teachers, some favorite relatives. Try to be in touch with them. साथ वीडियो कॉल करो, उनके साथ फोन पे बात करो, व्हाट्सएप पे बात करो, और try to have some fruitful communication, two-way communication with your important core people. Don't miss out on them. That's it for now.
Thank you, sir.